last PR out of Colorado by I guess Northcom said, there are, conspiracy theorists are overreacting. There are laws against deploying military units on the street. But that's not true anymore. With the signing statement that Bush issued countering Congress's limitations on his excesses in the Defense Authorization Act of 2007, there aren't any laws anymore against deploying these people. And I had an interview. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It shows their deceptiveness. Their press release in the Army Times says, we're there for crowd control, for civil disturbances, non-lethal weapons. They're announcing the microwave guns on TV. The head of the Air Force and the Associated Press, the civilian head, the secretary said last year we need to use these weapons on Americans first. Because then that'll internationally allow us to use this against foreign armies. We can't under treaty, but if we use it in police actions here, like the American people as guinea pigs. So there they are saying we're going to be domestically operating, and then they double think and say Naomi Wolf's making this up when they themselves are admitting it. So this is the just incredible level of deception. Go ahead.
Extraordinary. Well, now I've got to say to you, Alex, honestly, I should really just meditate or something before I talk to you, because it's so, I'll piece things together, and then you'll give me sources that I haven't seen, and I have to just, take my thinking to another level. And, Alex, any sources that are, kind of journalistically grounded that you want to send me so that I can blog about this, so I can raise people's awareness, because we do sort of reach different audiences, I would be very honored if you would do so.
Well, let me just do this on air. John, call Paul Watson, because I could do this myself, but I can't talk on the air and get you all these. I'm going to bring Paul, and we've got an hour and a half coming up, so plenty of time. Call Paul Watson, and I'm not bragging. In fact, it's scary to be in this position. We discovered this just bumping into urban warfare drills in '96 in Texas. I knew nothing about it. When I witnessed troops training to confiscate guns and put Americans in FEMA camps on video admitting it's for America, and then up through 2000, and then I quit traveling because I'd already proven it. It's only accelerated since then, but I went all over the country. Maryland, California, Alabama, North Carolina. I mean, we have video of all this, and their own documents, and Marines coming up with guns and saying, turn your video cameras off, working with local police running checkpoints. I'll get Paul Watson on, and then he on air will give you the headlines, and because this is good to do on air to show listeners the integration of the information. Because I have to say, because I've interviewed the judge advocate generals and others who are against this as well, I talk about this 3 or 4 days a week for 12 years, and so that's why, and I've been screaming bloody murder, and finally you've got a bigger voice than I do because you're so respected, and so we'll talk about when we get back, and talk about your new film.
We're on the march.
Keep going.
The Empire's on the run.
I want all this on air. Total transparency for the audience. John?
Yep, I'm calling Watson right now.
Okay, I want to talk to him on air right now.
Okay.
For everybody just on the internet. To explain this, folks, AM and FM dial, shortwave, satellite, they're not hearing this, but the tens of thousands live listening, the hundreds of thousands and millions in the aggregate that listen over the next week on the podcast and the web, it's just, we're going into martial law here, so I frankly need these breaks to rest, but I'm skipping a lot of them because we're so far down the line. Did you get Paul Watson on the phone?
It's ringing.
Paul is the best I know at quickly finding things, because the headline was AP, and then it was something like Secretary of Air Force says use non-lethals on Americans first. Now, Paul will be able to find these, and then off air, I'll have you talk to Paul. He'll give you the email, because if I forget and tell them after the show, they're so busy they'll end up not doing it. I mean, did my guys ever send you all that stuff I said I'd have them send you?
Oh, absolutely. I got a fantastic, immediately I got a fantastic assortment of materials, and I've looked at them and educated myself.
Okay. Well,
so I'm grateful to you.
Now, again, you know much more than I do on most subjects. I'm not here as some grand poobah just because you've burrowed into this and written books on it now. I know you know a lot of stuff I don't know. I know some things you don't know. We're just, again, for those in the audience watching, there's no time to play games. We're multitasking, brainstorming here on air. Did you get Paul Watson?
He said he can't make it. He's just stepping out right now. He has to go to dinner.
Oh, okay. Drag him in here now. Drag him in here on air. I know it's 6 o'clock at night over there, but drag him in. His girlfriend, Ehan, can wait. She's a sweetheart, but he's in England.
All right.
Are you calling Watson back, or
I'm calling him back?
Is he there? Well, just tell him I want to talk to him for a second. I'm sure he's going to Julio's, his favorite Italian place that he goes out once a week to with his girlfriend. Paul
Now,
Watson.
you're saying, I want to tell you a couple of other things, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're saying, well, first I want to tell you I met someone who came up to me after one of my events, but the trouble I'm having with this as a journalist is that many, many people are coming up to me and disclosing really important things, but then not letting me use their names, so I can't follow up.
Naomi, we have everything. We have all of it. We know the exact attack pattern because we've gone to the grassroots. Like, Watson knows I'll twist his arm into a long time on air. Did you get him?
I got him right now.
Let me talk to him right now.
Go ahead.
Hey, Watson.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
I don't know why.
He's complaining in the background. Hey, Watson.
Said 2 seconds.
Hey, Watson. This is classic. This is real radio, folks. This is like reality radio. Watson.
Hello?
You know you've been on air complaining in the background? Here's the deal. I could ask the forum guys to do it, but this can't wait because Naomi Wolf's so influential. What was the headline last year with the Secretary of the Air Force saying they want to use the microwave guns on the American people first? What was that headline?
I don't recall that one, Alex. I recall the futurist study in Britain where they said they may have to use those weapons.
All right, well, since I got you here, we're going to do 2 minutes on air right now. Here we go. Stay there, Watson. I tell you, it's hilarious. Watson is always the best at Googling things. He may even be better than I am. But he's leaving to go to dinner, so I'm going to let him go. I knew it. I heard him and his girlfriend in the background complaining on air. That's funny for the folks listening on the web. And I know we're getting into serious issues. We got Naomi Wolf here, and I'm babbling. The point is, I need the listeners at the Prison Planet Forum to create a section right now and find me all the articles, find the sub-clip out of Police State 2, the takeover, with the Army documents. I know that link was dead on INFOWARS with the documents. Find those. Post them all right now. So before she leaves us at the end of the show, I can email those to her because time is of the essence. But bringing Paul Watson up, Paul, you brought up another key point, that British Ministry of Defense plan where they admitted the military is going to have to be used against the people of England and the United States. But I guess you did do the research a few months ago. I asked you to, and you did send Naomi that, so I appreciate you doing that, Watson.
I just want to jump in and say that I did cite in Give Me Liberty an article in the New Yorker where experts on a new generation of technologies in police forces were talking about crowd control technologies that involve microwave guns, as well as tasers, which have killed 300 people, and rubber bullets, which are so lethal that they've stopped using them in the UK because they've killed so many Irish people. And something that was particularly disturbing to me about the first reports of Army times that they've since backtracked on is that they were saying they're here to quote unquote subdue unruly individuals. So just to be sure that I've said to you, Alex, what I want to say, why am I so scared as someone who studied closing societies, is that again and again around the world, the leader will deploy soldiers to harass or arrest voters and opposition leaders during an election.
Yeah, this is classic tyranny. Since we have Paul, let me just say bye to him, and then Naomi, I'm going to give you the floor. No. Well, you're going to have the floor here in just a moment. You just were shocked to hear all that stuff, so I want to make sure you get it, because what you cover actually is able to break through the mainstream media. Paul, I guess if you're not aware or don't remember that article, I'm surprised you don't. I'll just find it and give it to...
I found one headline, Alex, which is from CNN. The link's dead, but the headline's still there. It says, Air Force Chief test weapons on testy U.S. mobs from September 2006.
Okay, say the headline again. That's not the exact one. Yeah, the AP is the key, but say it again, Watson.
It's an AP story which was carried by CNN. Air Force Chief test weapons on testy U.S. mobs. The one after.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, that was it. Okay, see, Watson did that, complaining and mumbling, but he did a great job. Watson, that's why I need my magic, man. You found it. Good job, Redcoat. By the way,
to blog about this right away after I check that.
By the way, Paul, the British government has now announced they want to use the Army and police, quote, during economic collapses. So you have the same thing going on there. Well,
listen to this, Alex. There was a Channel 4 news segment last night with top general from Porton Down, an army general, who said that, let me get the exact quote here. He said that, quote, "We have to upgrade, enhance, review, renew our activities in recent times because of increased civilian resilience." And that's the top general of the Porton Down bioweapons facility in England who said that on Channel 4 News last night.
And the British Ministry of Defense 10-year battle plan, they call it what their prospectus, this is the declassified version, almost 200 pages, admitted the military's job is for the elite to suppress the populations who are going to be basically turned into paupers in a neo-feudal state. Watson, what's the name of that British Ministry of Defense report? I forget it.
It doesn't spring to mind at the moment.
London Guardian first broke it, but they had a hyperlink to it.
Yeah, it was in the London Guardian.
All right, I want our researchers to post everything on this, all of it now.